The question is Ty that guy? So recently there's been some talk that the Cavs could win without Ty Jerome and that he's surplus to requirements. Noah has some video teed up for us, but the question is, do the Cavs need Ty Jerome for a deep playoff run?
Yeah, let me roll that video first. This comes from the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show with a plethora of hosts that rotate in and out. But this take is from Jason Lloyd of The Athletic.
Can they win a championship without Ty Jerome? Yeah. Ty Jerome is not the difference to them winning or losing a championship. But I don't want to say that and diminish
I think it is because he's such a. The bench plays a big part in this.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
The longer you go, they have nobody else who can fill his minutes. I mean, it's an important, crucial piece.
You tell me.
It's an important, crucial piece.
It is. Who you got? Because when you need Darius or Donovan to sit down for just
I think what
3
Jason's
minutes.
saying. Let's see if I can speak for you. Tell me if I'm correct. If you look at a pie of 0 to 100, and all the things that go into winning a championship, without Ty Jerome, their number would go down a little bit, but not enough that it would make the difference between them winning or losing ultimately.
Yeah, that's
that
probably
fair?
Yeah, that's probably close.
Okay.
Noah, I want to jump in and go first on this one because that is insane. The fact that they're talking that they could go on and win no problem without Ty Jerome, that he doesn't add enough to this Cavs team is I don't really have words. First of all, he's one of the most efficient and impactful guards in all of the NBA, despite him being a six-man, obviously six-man of the year candidate. He's had about a 50-40-90 season. I don't know where he's sitting right now, but that is 50% from the field, 40% from three, 90% from the stripe.
Elite.
That's incredible. No one else in the NBA this year is at that mark. He's a great defender. He has one of the better steal rates in the league for the minutes played. I mean, what doesn't he do? Coach Atkinson talked about him the other day coming off injury, talking about how he controls the pace of the game really well. You know, he's like a lightning bolt off the bench. He's so efficient, and he's such a creative playmaker, which I think we need. But get this, he is so accurate. He's in the 98th percentile for points per shot attempt, which is most on the team behind only Jared Allen. I mean, what more? I just don't get the take. So you got to send your bench in. The bench is so important in basketball. And to say that it's not is another wild take to me. So to get that kind of efficiency from a guy coming and running with the second unit potentially, when you get guys like Donovan rest, how is that not crucial?
I agree with you wholeheartedly because I think he is the sixth man on this team. You can say it's Hunter. You can say it's XYZ player. You could say it's Strus, maybe, if he's not starting the three. Ty Jerome, to me, outside of the core four, is the most important player on this team. And that's because he gives both of our starting all-star guards time to relax while still putting up the highest and most efficient and productive minutes for this Cavs team, to go back to your research. To me, to even question it is blasphemous. It's insane. Ty Jerome is the same player that we are talking about. Is he going to return because we really need him? But as soon as we have a talk show segment about this, could they still win without him? It gives. I'm not trying to be critical, but it gives the idea and the thought process of, well, let's play devil's advocate here for a second, which we do here on the show too. So don't get me wrong. It's just like, of course it matters. If Matthew Dellavedova wasn't on those Cavs teams, I think there's a higher chance that we lose in Game 7 just because of his effort minutes. You have guys like that on your team that matter to win a game outside of just your core starting players or your big three or whatever, phrase you want to use for a quasi super team. I'm not saying the Cavs are a super team. I just think they're a well-oiled machine. Yeah. But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he plays mistake-free basketball. He's good on and off the ball. His basketball IQ is insanely high. I mean, I don't get where they're coming from in saying that. I get it. I think what they're saying is we have such a strong five that coming off the bench. Could we win without him? Maybe, but it's tough. Could we win without Jared Allen? Maybe, but it's tough. To act like he's not important in his role and what he does. I mean, I'll tell you this. I love DeAndre Hunter. I think he's such a good addition. He helps us defensively. Look for our defense to really tighten up in that efficiency to get so much better come playoff time. I've been saying that for a while.
Especially with the shorter lineup. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but especially with that shorter lineup.
But they asked during that show, it wasn't in the clip that you showed, but if you needed a bucket, you needed a 3, are you giving it to Ty Jerome or are you giving it to DeAndre Hunter? And I think we both know that answer. It's Ty Jerome. And they said that on their own show. It's Ty Jerome. So to say that, we could go on, he's not that important, it's wild to me.
You took me down a memory from the show when I watched this, and I was listening to it in the car that I want to ask you. You're at the final couple seconds of a game, and you have the option of either Ty Jerome or Evan Mobley to shoot a 3 to win the game. Who are you taking?
To shoot a 3? Probably Ty, but I'll tell you what, my answer to this question always, who do I want to shoot the ball? It's there was recently a coach that asked this. I think it was in one of the women's games. I forget which one, but the answer for me is always, if I ask who wants the ball, the guy that raises his hand the quickest, I want the shot, that's who I want to take the shot. And I think Ty has that confidence to go win the game for you. So if it's a 3, I'm taking Ty.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. I think I'd take Ty too. And we both know how highly I think and how hard I've been on the Evan Mobley train since we've drafted him.
100%.
But I think Ty, he's that guy, man. The question is Ty that guy? Ty's that guy.
Yeah,
man.
He is that guy. I might say Ty. If you told me you can get a look to Ty in the corner for 3, or you could have Donovan dribble and take his patented step back 3, whatever, at the top of the key, I don't know. I might be picking Ty still.
No, I'd take Donovan there. Ty, the whole team isn't great at corner 3s. That's the whole reason they added DeAndre Hunter, because he's pretty good at the corner 3. I'd take Donovan in that situation if we're playing hypothetical right now, which is fun. So I'm here for it. But Ty is a guy, like I said in my initial thoughts and takes off of your stats and watching the clip again, Ty is a guy that we are talking about. Hopefully he's back on this roster next year because he's going to go get a bag somewhere. This guy could be a starter on a lot of franchises. And we're talking teams that are good at basketball. Now, is he going to get the bag like he could get to go to like Washington or Utah? No. But he could be a starter. I mean, Lakers fans and their delusions always, claim the next big thing to come. So they're saying Ty to LA, but he could be a starter in LA with Luka and LeBron and company. It's just to even question. Oh, me neither. But to question his importance to this team, to me, is complete blasphemy.
It's not giving credit to his body of work thus far. And I think that's the real shame of what I got out of watching that show, is that if you're watching Cavs basketball and knowing how he creates for himself and others, how he's been an engine, how he's been a spark, he's come in and turned around a staggering offense at times. That doesn't happen often. Our offense is number 1 for a reason in the NBA, but he's been that guy. So to turn around and say he's not that important, either you're not watching what he's been doing or you don't rate it. And either way, I think that's crazy.
To give the show credit too, because I watch plenty of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, they are all very much on the Ty train. I think it was more of a devil's advocate type of stance to take, as Jason Lloyd, I think, does in a lot of his different works.
And it was, still, to be fair, it was centered around him coming off injury. How much would you play him as the season ends? There's 4 or 5 games left at the time in their scenario. Would you play him? Should you play him, etc., to keep his feet under him? You don't need him against a first round against, say, they were, theorizing if it's Orlando, for example.
Right.
And I do, I'm not shitting on those guys. I think they do an excellent show, but he's that guy.
Ty is in fact that guy.